All right, assalamu alaikum everyone. Let's get started so we stay as close to time as possible. Okay, welcome to the ISCJ Introduction to Candidates for the 2023 elections. Just to let you know, this meeting is being recorded. We decided we're going to record only the intros. So the recording will stop after the candidates introduce themselves. Q&A will not be recorded, okay? So just to let you know that there is some breakfast for you. I want to thank my teammates, Malaz and Tufail. We've all been working hard this year, weekly meetings since January, trying to arrange for not just the candidates and the as well as the annual general body meetings. So that's all taking place, and I want to thank you, the candidates, okay, for accepting from the bottom of my heart. I mean, your devotion, your dedication is really appreciated by ISCJ. Without you, this institution isn't what it is, you know. I won't love it the way I do. When I hold, you know, events in my house or I go to other people's house, I say like ISCJ is like my another sibling. Okay, that's how I feel. I mean, I can't change it. You know, that's just the way. I mean, I came to this community 25 years ago. You know, I fell in love. You know, Imam Shibli's here. I loved him. I have my moments with Imam Shibli, to be honest. But it's like family, you know. And you see me, I text Imam Shibli and we talk and, you know, and we love each other. We move on, okay? So it's a great community. It's the community that spawned all other communities around here. So we really appreciate it, and we appreciate you as being part of it. So as you know, this is one of the few massages in the area that elects its board. Okay, the members actually participate in elections and vote. That's part of our constitution. If you go to other massages, it's fine. Many of the massages, like my father-in-law, he was a founding member as well at the Islamic Foundation in Villa Park, which kind of resembles this massages in many ways in the institutions it has. They don't do that. You know, they choose members after the volunteers, like Brother Khalid sitting here. You know, he came, he does a lot of service, so they'll see someone like him and they will choose him to, you know, as a person on the board. And if he would accept, he would take on that role. But that's not how we work. Okay, we nominate candidates. If they accept, we have elections. And we also have to have a certain quorum that has to be met. So right after the introductions are over, and the letters will be going out this week for the annual general body meeting and the election, we need to get people out. Okay, we need people get out to vote because we have a quorum to meet. And all the voting is electronic. You'll get an email. You actually will get an automatic email beginning Saturday morning in your inbox to vote. It doesn't get any easier, okay? You would just click it, you and your spouse, and the ballot would come up, bang, 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 and the amendment would come up, and you hit submit. That's it. And we'll see it that you have voted. Okay? So that's going to be coming up. So just get the word out, please. And if you didn't get it, just email us. We'll send you the link. To facilitate this process, I know we're going to get to the candidates in a minute, but this is all about the elections coming up. We have arranged, the board has arranged Membership Appreciation Weekend. Okay, that will be at the same time as the annual general body meeting. All ISCJ members who come to the campus here and vote, they will be entitled to live barbecue, okay, event. Their family will be entitled to have a live barbecue, okay? This is our way of thanking our members. You come spend the day with us, okay? We will take care of you. They will take care of your family. We just want you to come and participate and vote, okay? As a token of our appreciation to you. So that will be coming up. You'll see the flyer coming up in next week or so. We don't want to send it out too early because you'll just forget it, okay? So that'll be coming up, okay? And we'll make announcements too. Our member appreciation weekend that basically overlaps our election and voting, okay? Voting begins a day early. Election and the meeting is on Sunday proper, as it always is. And again, I want to thank my members, Malaz and Tufail, for helping me put this together. All right, so we're going to begin. So Imam Shibli, if you please come over. And he's going to begin with the dua. Now, people that are on the meeting Zoom, they can unmute and ask questions. We'll be able to hear you. Okay, we'll be able to hear you. You can participate when it's time for Q&A. So the agenda is the dua by Imam Shibli to begin our meeting. And then I'll invite the Board of Trustees to the table to my left, Board of Overseers to my right. And you'll see their names and picture. And they'll each say a few words, 2 to 3 minutes. I send them an email reminding them. And then we'll stop the recording and then you'll have opportunity to ask Q&A. Okay, Imam Shibli, go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن سار على هديه إلى يوم الدين. وقال ربكم ادعوني أستجب لكم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به. واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا. واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا. أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا. ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. ربنا اغفر لنا ولوالدينا. ربنا ارحمهما كما ربيانا صغارا. ربنا اغفر لنا ولوالدينا. ربنا ارحمهما كما ربيانا صغارا. ربنا اغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان. ربنا ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا. ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. ربنا اغفر لنا وللمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك يا مولانا سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. اللهم يا ربنا بارك لنا في يومنا هذا. اللهم يا ربنا وبارك لنا في جمعنا هذا. اللهم يا ربنا وبارك لنا في بيتك هذا. اللهم يا ربنا بارك لنا في أبصارنا وبارك لنا في أسماعنا وبارك لنا في أرزاقنا اللهم يا ربنا ارزقنا الحلال ولو كان قليلا، وباعد بيننا وبين الحرام كما باعدت بين المشرق والمغرب. اللهم يا ربنا بارك لنا في اجتماعنا هذا. اللهم يا ربنا ولي أمورنا خيارنا، ولا تولي أمورنا شرارنا. اللهم يا ربنا من أراد بهذا المسجد خيرا فوفقه إلى كل خير. اللهم يا ربنا خذ بأيدي القائمين على هذا المكان إلى كل ما تحبه وترضاه. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. May I request all the brother and the sister who attend this gathering physically in the multi-purpose room of the ISCJ, and all the brother and the sister who are in your destination, in your home, in your office, in your car, everywhere, all of us as one ummah, as one jama'ah, taking care about the ISCJ. May Allah reward all of you. Let us recite Surah Al-Fatiha as a dua, and may Allah accept our gathering. May Allah put barakah in our number. May Allah put barakah in our meeting, and may Allah give the leadership of this masjid and all the masajid to the people they love Allah and Allah love them, to lead the masajid to the better place, inshallah ta'ala. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. صدق الله العظيم. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.
My next slide, All right, so if we could have the Board of Trustees come up. So there are 4 candidates that are running for 3 positions. Come on over, please. I'll introduce them all in a second. I know, yep. So we have here candidates and current board members. Brother Sharif, he's also our chairman, current chairman, thank you. And then we have Atia Abdab, she's also the secretary for the current board. I thank them so much for running. We're in great hands. The board is in great hands. We have very experienced people running it. And Habib, he said, he didn't say he wasn't gonna be here, so hopefully he will show up soon. And Asad couldn't make it. And then next slide, Malaz, for the overseers, please. Azishan Khan is overseas, so couldn't be here. Come on over here, Yusuf, Mariam, come on over, please. And Sakibai, come on over. Okay. These are our board of overseer candidates. There are 4 of them that are running for two positions, okay? And everyone here, I want you to let your friends and family and all your contacts know you're running, okay? So they get the word out, so they participate. We love to have new people like Mariam. She's sitting here. We love to see Yusufa and Sakiba, you know, we really thank you for stepping up, okay, and participating and coming to join, inshallah, to get elected to the board. So we're gonna begin the intro portion. We'll start with the trustees, 2 to 3 minutes. Tell us about yourself, your contributions to ISCJ, and just face the camera so people on the remote can see you. And then pass the microphone, and then after that we'll stop the recording and have Q&A. Actually, Fatia, you want to go first? Go.
No. Assalamu alaikum, everybody who's here and who's on Zoom. So I think if you read my bio, you'll know a little bit about me. You can also, we live in time of the internet, you can Google me and you can see my resume and you can see what I'm doing on LinkedIn, on Facebook. So I think my remarks right now are going to be a little bit different. And I want to talk about a love story. And that love story is one that started in 1976 when my parents moved to East Brunswick, New Jersey. And I became a Sunday school student at ISCJ when ISCJ was run out of Rutgers University. And we were in the River Dorms, those of you who are, there's got to be a lot of Rutgers people here. And Scott Hall is where we had Sunday school. And we had our general body meetings in these Rutgers facilities. So I grew up in this community. There are people here in this room who grew up with me at that time. Uncle Ashraf is sitting here. And I grew up in this community, and from my parents, my parents are founding members of the community. My parents also served the community, and that was my example. So I always wanted to serve this community through high school, through college, and then I went off to law school, and I got a call in 1995. And I was a young attorney at that time from Brother Shaukat Ali, who I believe is on the Zoom call. And he said to me, you know, we have having some challenges in the community. We really need some legal representation. We don't have any legal representation on the board. We need some attorneys to be active in our community to help guide us. We have a lot of doctors, we have a lot of engineers, but we need different skills. So at that point, I came back to the ISCJ, ended up being a board member since 1995. So everyone can do that math. It's been a long time that I've been on this board and on the board of overseers. And again, it's this idea that I love the masjid. This is my love story. I've made my best of friends from this community. I met my husband in this community. My children have grown up in this community. My children attended Nur Liman in this community. So that's what I want to talk about. I'm here because I love this community. And as long as I'm alive, and as long as I have the capability, I will serve this community in any capacity, whether I'm on the board, whether I'm on committees as I've been on, whether I am helping get the painting done in the masjid and the carpets, because I love this community. And that's really all I want to say. If you want to know more about me, ask people around me and say, did she serve well on the board? Did she serve well when she was on the committee? Did she live up to her responsibilities? Did she do what she was supposed to do in terms of her commitment to a committee or a board function? And I think that's what reputation and character is. And that's what I have to say. So assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Thank you.
MashaAllah, that was amazing. My name is Sharif of Thoughts. That is a tough act to follow. To be candid. I have a different story. I am an import to this community by marriage, but I'm happy and proud to say I married very well. One of the families here that's also one of the sort of the founding families, Dr. Omar Mansour, the late Dr. Omar Mansour, and Faiza Mansour, and Sister Umayma Mansour, my wife, grew up here. I think she's been in ICJ since she was 3 years old, and attended weekend school. And so when we got married just over 20 years ago, I came here. I didn't know anyone. The first person I met was officially Imam Shibli at my wedding. And then I got a lot of stern warnings from various members of this community about, taking care of my wife, or they will kill me. So, alhamdulillah, to fast forward, really started just supporting the community through volunteering. In the very first committee I served on was EFG, the Expansion Planning Group, which was run by Brother Sohail Farzada, who was very, very inspiring. I got to know many of the community members, even some of the ones sitting across from me right now, Brother Tufail and others, through that effort. And what I saw that was so inspiring was the way ISCJ took volunteering very seriously, very professional. And so for 3 years, a little over 3 years, actually, I served on EFG to fundraise for the building of the school building, the NUI school building. And we did not sleep. And I had children at the time, and we would go from one event to the other, standing outside, whether it's blowing up balloons and selling them at the Eid time to raise money for the building, or planning fundraisers. We found all of our time consumed to raise this money. And we did it with love, pushing kids and babies and strollers. And this is really a message to all of the young parents of NUI at school. You could always find the time, there's no excuse. So that was my entry into ISCJ. And then over time, volunteering on different committees and most recently serving on the board, and really just understanding how everything works. And mashallah, I mean, ISCJ is incredible as far as communities go. Very few communities can match up to how well organized we are, how committed our community members are, and the type of professionals and talent that exists in this community. So I will just leave it there. And many of you I know, and many of you I don't. I welcome the opportunity to speak with each and every one of you, inshallah. So.
There are two more candidates. Like Atia said, that emails were sent out with the link for bio. You can click and read their bio. They've both been around for years. Habib and Asad, so you're welcome to read their bio and learn more about them, refresh yourself. So now we're gonna move to the candidates for the Board of Overseers. Okay, like I said, Zishan, Yusuf, Mariam, and Saqib. And Zishan is coming back from overseas trip. He's in a plane over the Atlantic. So he's a previous board member. And so I'll give it to Yusuf.
Sure, Melissa, you have to give the microphone to, okay.
All right, Mariam, you'll start out first. Okay,
You know why? Because you give the microphone to Atia.
all right, got it.
All right, assalamualaikum, everybody. ISCJ is second home to me. For anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Mariam Kadovic. My parents always like saying the story of how they had their wedding here. Imam Shipley conducted it. Before there was the masjid behind the multi-purpose room. I was born into this society. I had my Apika here. I went to Nerani Month School, graduated from there. Officially was a part of EFG's, the first official ISCJ committee that I was a part of, thanks to actually, I'm sure you've been Tantamaima for pulling me into that in high school. So I was involved with ISCJ since 2015 on different committees. I served on EFG, did membership committee for 1 year, and then I've been a part of ISCJ Lit since 2018. Last year, I took a break from ISCJ committees to help with ISCJ Sisters. I don't know if people have heard about that, but what we try doing is kind of creating events once a month to bring more sisters to the masajid, because there's a void for that. We need to do programming to make sure that everyone feels welcome in this masjid, and that this masjid is their community, this masjid is their safe space. Outside of that, we've been doing Ramadan games for the last 5 years. Family Feud this past year was fun. I have to think of questions. So if you guys have any suggestions for questions, I'm trying to start thinking of them now. Professionally, I work as a project manager, senior PM for Reckitt. Lysol, people know Lysol. I work on their vitamins brands. And I've been involved with different organizations as well. MIST, I helped start the New Jersey chapter. Moved on to their operations on a national level and served as their HR director. And currently I serve as the NJ outreach manager for the Muslim Women Professional Network. So ISCJ is a key place in my heart. I have been involved here since, like I said, since I've been born, officially since high school. And I'm always looking to give back and hopefully help wherever there needs to be help, inshallah.
Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Walaikum assalam.
So this is the first opportunity for me to be along with, so many nice candidates who have been serving the community for a while. For me, this is the first nomination that I've been given, thanks to ICJ and the people who have nominated me. Just a little bit background about myself. I'm a CTO and a business unit head for a technology and a management consulting company, where I help strategy, building roadmaps, increasing the top line and the bottom line, improving the bottom line for our customers. That's what I try to do. For me, though I'm here at ISCJ from last 5 years, what really hit me is the COVID era. I was a regular Musalli before the COVID era. I used to come, pray, and walk out and walk away, right? When COVID hit, we started seeing how people need help for them to feel secure coming at any place, safe and secure at any place. And that's when I started getting involved a lot more with ISCJ. Started off with Taraweeh, where we all the Musallis were coming back into the mosque. They had to feel safe. They have to feel secure. Without a mask, you still have to make them feel that we are happy to see you, right? So we were involved in that kind of activity to start off with, and then looking at people having that trust on ISCJ, having the trust on volunteers, few brothers from here who have been part of it, that started making me get more indulged into ISCJ, and that's where I started off, and then from there slowly. Started helping in preparation for Jumas, all the Ramadan programs, Taraweehs, and others. So from last 3 years, Alhamdulillah, for the last 3 years with all the support from you all, I've been able to, involved in the community. And as a first time board of seers, definitely there are, much more competent as well as people who knows the community better. However, coming in as an outside view in, I want to bring a new perspective, look at things a little different, see and share my views, and help see if I can build any strategies, plans, and other things for ICJ. So that will be all. Jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So my story actually echoes a little bit to what Brother Yusuf said. Apologies, Imam, but so I've been part of this community for about 20 years, but 2000 is when I moved to South Brunswick. And Imam would always say, don't be the one in the back, be involved in the community. But I will wholeheartedly admit I was in the back. I wasn't fully engaging the community. But similar to Brother Yusuf, during COVID, the Sadaqah committee started up, and the food pantry committee started up. And so that was my entry point into really digging deep into the community. I mean, prior to that, ISCJ had been my rock. I am fortunate to have the opportunity to work remotely quite a bit. So I'm here almost every Jummah, but that was the opportunity for me to really, create those stronger roots. I was having a conversation right before we started the session with one of the sisters here, and she mentioned, the belief in Qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when your time to serve comes, that time will come. So it's interesting for my journey starting from 2000 and how, I was sort of in the back, and then the opportunity came up during COVID, and I was able to provide service to this masjid and community. And inshallah, if this role works out for me and I'm nominated, I think I have a lot of interesting and unique points of view that I can contribute to the board. If not, there's always future opportunities. So inshallah, I wish the best of luck to all of my peer candidates. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, thank you, everyone. That was awesome. Introductions, and I heard a lot about love. So we're gonna open the floor to question and answer. Remember, everything in our religion about Muslim is love. First, love of Allah, love of our Payghambar, and then love for our humanity, okay? Everything emanates from there. I have learned that as I've grown older, that if you don't have that in your heart, you're not gonna be kind to others. Okay, so let's go ahead and forgive others.